On May 8th, 2026, an announcement was made on the custom Mario Kart Wiki, stating that its services will be shut down on the 30th of June. Notice how I said services, as the domain wiki.talkdom.com isn't just for Mario Kart Wii. While the Double Dash and DS wikis seem like they're going to be untouched, from the sound of things, the Mario Kart 7 and 8 wikis will be going too. Thankfully, nothing is actually being deleted, everything is just being put into a read-only state, meaning that you won't be able to create or update pages anymore. But to see what is arguably the biggest and most well-known Mario Kart modding forum go down like this is sad. But why exactly is this happening? Was it a cease and desist from Nintendo? Was there a spree of DDoS attacks that discouraged the team from hosting it? Well, no. The answer, believe it or not, is AI. And not in the way that you'd expect. Generative AI is something that a good number of creators in the community are strongly against. It took a while for the scene to figure out how to handle the usage of it, with the earliest source I can find of any stance being made on it being the rulebook for the CT jams. They updated their rulebook forbidding the usage of AI in the creation of models. Given that custom track jams are competitions to see who can make the best custom track under a certain theme within a short time frame, this only made sense. However, there's a small subsection in the community, namely a few coders, that are very in favor of generative AI. Hell, there are a few that basically rely on it for the majority of their hyper-specific projects that no one asked for. Why are these things? What would no one ask for? Yeah, for the record, I'm very much in the former camp. If you use generative AI for the creation of a custom tracker mod, I will 100% think lesser of it by default. Stances on AI still stand as a divisive topic, and one place seemed like it would be crucial in deciding how its usage should be handled in the community: the Mario Kart Wiki. For the longest time, there was no clear guideline on what to do with projects that use it. Do you ban it? Do you leave a notice for it? Can you get away with doing basically nothing? It took all the way until May 4th, 2026 for any ruling to be made about this topic, stating, if your content involved any usage of AI tools during the creation or within later updates, you are strongly encouraged to disclose this information in the article. This ruling didn't sit right with some members of the community, especially with one who had made her opinion known about this topic ever since November of 2025, a user named Cora. A day after this ruling was established, Cora made a post in the TalkDom Discord server stating how she, along with other authors, do not think that generative AI has a place on the wiki. This is essentially the Pandora's box of this whole controversy, as this turned into a massive debate, with one of the most vocal against Cora's points being a user named Talk. Gee, I wonder why he'd be important to this story. Talk immediately comes out swinging with a slew of strawman arguments, such as, we should be focusing on the companies doing this, and this will split the community, or something. I think it's worth noting, Cora was specifically saying that AI doesn't belong in custom tracks themselves, which Talk himself was able to prove is 100% doable currently, so that kind of felt like rubbing salt in the wound. But as time went on, it seemed like the whole conversation cast the net wider and wider to include coders who use it for testing projects and full-on AI bros. Talk's argument about how this would split the community was frankly ridiculous, and I think Billy Noodles made a perfect response to highlight just how absurd this all sounded. First, they came for the AI bros, and I did not speak out, because I was not an AI bro. Then, they came for the Trump fans, and I did not speak out, because I was not a Trump fan. Then, they came for the furries, and I did not speak out, because I was not a furry. Then, they came for Kanto Epic, and there was no one left to speak for Kanto Epic. As time went on, it felt like the goalpost kept getting pushed further and further away from a resolution, with the question now being pitched of, well, how do we prove someone was using AI? Despite multiple solutions being pitched, including one from Kanto himself, which he apparently made months before this whole thing. And remember how Talk's argument was he didn't want to split the community? Well, as it turns out, his crash out over this has likely done that anyway. And I don't just mean for the obvious reason. Talk throws yet another unrelated question at Cora, and when she asked him to answer her first question, he bans her. This only added fuel to the flames with people pushing back further, and after a long, 2-day argument, the bell tolled. A notice was put on the front page of the wiki announcing its closure, and it was confirmed later that it was Talk who decided he was ending the project. I think it should be pointed out that this wasn't the sole reason Talk stepped away, but it was absolutely the straw that broke the camel's back. Talk apparently has faced some backlash about this topic regularly, and like previously mentioned, Kanto even pitched a solution that would have solved this whole kerfuffle months ago, so this clearly wasn't the first time the issue was brought up. I also heard that Talk has had a growing resentment towards the community over the years, but that's currently just hearsay. But honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if that's true, because why else would you lock down the biggest and most well-known resource of Mario Kart Wii modding because you got called an AI bro, and kinda justifiably so. I just refuse to believe that 15 years of work is going away over a situation that can be described in a single meme. It sounds like this was just a bomb waiting to go off, and this topic just so happened to be the wire to make it explode. Now, I think we need to talk about what's really important. What happens now? Well, all the pages that currently exist are staying up, and the source code for the SES library will be made public, and as of writing this, the community is working out what will be the best way of continuing the project. So, for now, there's no telling where this will go. And that's a little sad to me. The Mario Kart Wiki has been an integral pillar to this community, and seeing it go down like this is kinda heartbreaking to me. It's one of those weird things that you don't realize you'll miss until it's gone. And I get it. It's stupid to get sentimental over something that's basically a professional-looking message board. But it's also the most trustworthy way to find mods, look at documentation to aid in creating mods, and see what the community's been up to. There have legitimately been times where, if I was bored, I would just hit the random page button until I found something interesting, either to laugh at a bit or consider actually playing. I can only hope that whatever takes its place upholds the same level of quality that the wiki provided to the community. I don't really know how to end a video like this, because it's not something that I normally do. I just felt this was something important to talk about because it's a part of a community that I've been a part of for a while now and deeply care about. If you enjoyed it, I don't know, subscribe or something? I'll be posting normal videos soon, I promise. So, see you then, I guess. By the way, I know my mic sounds way shittier than normal. I'm currently in the process of moving, so, yeah, sorry about that. Also, fuck AI.